Now we will study first what we learned in previous lecture. We have studied classification, what is definition of soil, what is soil engineering, then what are the different application areas where the knowledge of the soil mechanics can be used for foundation purpose, for retaining structure, for stability of slope and underground structure. Then three-phase system, how the three-phase system is that we studied. What is two-phase system? In two-phase system, only two phases are available, either water or soil solid, or air and soil solid. Then we have just started what is this three-phase system. These two diagrams we have studied, diagram A and diagram B. Now in today's lecture we will study some basic relation and some basic definitions are there. So first we will study what is mean by White's ratio. So White's ratio notation is small e. White's ratio ह्याचं notation काय आहे तर small e. So it is defined as the ratio of volume of void to the volume of solids. So if we see this figure, what is the volume of void? Volume of void means volume of air plus volume of water. Okay. So by combining these volumes, volume of air and water, it becomes volume of void. So this is volume of void divided by volume of soil solids. This ratio, it is called as a White's ratio. So 1 minute. So volume of void means it is volume of air plus volume of water. Now, if we see its unit, what will be its unit? So it has no unit, just it is a ratio of volume, volume of voids divided by volume of soil solid. So we can express this voids ratio as a decimal such as 0.4, 0.5, 0.6 like that. Maybe this voids ratio sometimes it is greater than 1. Okay, when the voids ratio is greater than 1, when the volume of voids exceeds the volume of soil solid. Volume of void हे जर व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ सॉइल सॉलिड पेक्षा जास्त झालं तर व्हाईट्स रेशो काय होणार आहे 1 पेक्षा जास्त होईल. ओके, जनरली फॉर व्हाईट्स रेशो इज स्मॉलर फॉर फाईन ग्रेनेड सॉइल. जर फाईन ग्रेनेड सॉइल असेल किंवा ब्लॅक कॉटन सॉइल असेल, ग्रेन साईज खूप त्याची कमी आहे, अशा टाईपची जर सॉइल असेल तर व्हाईट्स रेशो कमी असतो. आणि जर कोर्स ग्रेनेड सॉइल असेल, ओके, maybe the whites ratio is greater for coarse grained soil. So here you can remember that whites ratio can be greater than 1. Whites ratio हा 1 पेक्षा जास्त असू शकतो. कोणत्या केसमध्ये? जर व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हॉइड हे व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ सॉइल सॉलिड पेक्षा जर जास्त असेल, म्हणजे जर सॉइल एक खूप लूजली फिल केलेली असेल, त्याच्यामध्ये एअर आणि वॉटर ह्याचं व्हॉल्यूम हे खूप जास्त असेल, तर त्या केसमध्ये व्हॉइड्स रेशो हा जास्त असू शकतो. तर व्हॉइड्स रेशो कमी कधी असेल, जर आपण सॉइल खूप कॉम्पॅक्ट केली, कॉम्पॅक्शन केलं त्या सॉइलचं. कॉम्पॅक्शन करतो म्हणजे काय होतं, तर त्या सॉइल मधले जे काही एअर आहेत, सॉइल ग्रेन्स, त्या स्पेसमध्ये असणारा एअर किंवा त्यामध्ये वॉटर असेल, तर हे एक्सपेल होतं आणि त्या सॉइलचं व्हॉल्यूम काय होतं, कमी होतं. का कमी होतं, तर एअर कॅन बी रिमूव्ड फ्रॉम दॅट सॉइल और वॉटर कॅन बी रिमूव्ड फ्रॉम दॅट सॉइल. तर हे व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हॉइड काय होणार आहे, कमी होणार आहे. ओके, व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हॉइड हे कमी होईल आणि व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हॉइड ही जर क्वांटिटी कमी झाली, तर व्हॉइड्स रेशो काय होणार आहे, कमी होणार आहे. ओके, आणि व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हॉइड जर वाढलं, म्हणजे सॉइल एकदम लूजली फिल केलेले आहे, तिथं आपण कॉम्पॅक्शन काय केलं नाही, रोलिंग काय केलेलं नाही, अशा ठिकाणी व्हॉइड्स रेशो हा जास्त असतो. ओके, तर एखादी आपण सॉइल घेतली, तर त्या सॉइलचा व्हॉइड्स रेशो किती आहे ते आपण चेक करू शकतो. त्यावरून आपण समजू शकतो की ती सॉइल कॉम्पॅक्टेड आहे का, लूजली फिल केलेली आहे, किंवा रिक्वायर्ड व्हॉइड्स रेशो आहे का त्या सॉइलला, हे आपण प्रॅक्टिकलीही चेक करू शकतो. अँड इट इज एक्सप्रेस्ड इन डेसिमल, मे बी 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, maybe sometimes 1.1, 1.2, like that. So it has no unit because it is the ratio of volumes. Okay. So this is the first definition, White's ratio. Notation is E, small e, volume of white divided by volume of soil solids. Next definition we will study, that is porosity. So what is the porosity? Notation is N, small n, हे त्याचं notation आहे. So it is the ratio of volume of void divided by total volume. Okay, volume of void divided by total volume, म्हणजे ह्या टोटल व्हॉल्यूम मध्ये व्हॉइडचं व्हॉल्यूम किती आहे. ओके, तर हे टोटल व्हॉल्यूमशी आपण कंपॅरिझन करतोय. टोटल व्हॉल्यूम त्या सॉइलच्या टोटल व्हॉल्यूम मध्ये व्हॉइडचं व्हॉल्यूम किती, दॅट इज नथिंग बट पोरॉसिटी. नोटेशन आहे एन, व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हॉइड. So this is the volume of void, means volume of air plus volume of water, this divided by total volume, that is porosity. Okay, so this porosity we can express in a percentage. If we multiply this ratio with 100, you can express this porosity in percentage. Maybe for some soil porosity is 10%, for some soil it may be 20%, 50%, 60% porosity for that soil. तर पोरॉसिटी जेवढी जास्त आहे, त्याचा अर्थ काय होऊ शकतो, तर तेवढा त्यामध्ये व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हॉइड हे जास्त आहे. ओके, ग्रेटर द पोरॉसिटी ग्रेटर विल बी द व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हॉइड. आणि जेवढी पोरॉसिटी कमी आहे त्या सॉइलची, तेवढं व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हॉइड त्या सॉइलचं काय आहे, तर कमी आहे. Okay, again porosity has no unit, but we can express porosity in percentage and we can express White's ratio in decimal. Okay, so this is the two main definition, what is White's ratio and porosity. Now we will study some basic relation between this White's ratio and porosity, that is relation between N and E. Now here we know what is mean by the White's ratio. So White's ratio we can denote by E. It is White's ratio. Okay, म्हणजेच काय, तर volume of void divided by volume of soil solid. Also we know what is the porosity. Notation is N. Okay, now what is N? N means porosity, it is volume of void divided by total volume. Okay, VV upon Now, first I will consider porosity N equal to volume of void divided by total volume. Now here what I will do, I will take reciprocal of both the sides. So here it becomes 1 upon N equal to, this becomes V upon PV. Okay. Next 1 upon N equal to, now here we know V means total volume of soil. So what is the total volume of soil? It is nothing but volume of soil solid, that means Vs, plus volume of voids. Okay. So here we know what is total volume. So this total volume means volume of void plus volume of soil solid. So instead of V, now I will write Ps plus Pv. So first here I will write Pv plus Ps divided by Pv. Okay. Now again I will simplify this. It is 1 upon N equal to Pv upon Vv. So it is 1, and this I will write Ps upon Pv. Okay. Now 1 upon N equal to 1 plus, see what is voids ratio? It is volume of void divided by volume of soil solid. Now if I do 1 upon E here, so it is Ps upon Pv. Okay. So instead of this Ps upon Pv, I will write 1 upon E. Okay. Ps upon Vv, त्याच्याऐवजी मी काय लिहिणार आहे इथं 1 upon E. So I will write here 1 upon E. So it becomes 1 upon N equal to 1 plus E upon E. Okay. Now this I will write N equal to E upon 1 plus E. So this is the required equation. Okay. So this is the relation between porosity and voids ratio. Okay. So here you have to remember what is the relation between N and E. That is N equal to E upon 1 plus E. Now another relation I will obtain between N and E. Now here I know this term 1 upon N equal to 1 plus 1 upon E. So I will write this term as 1 upon N minus 1 equal to 1 upon E. ओके. हे 1 मी काय केलं तर उजवीकडून डावीकडे घेतलं. 1 upon N minus 1 equal to 1 plus E. Now here simplify this. 1 minus N upon N equal to 1 upon E. So here I will write E equal to N divided by 1 minus N. Okay. So here you will get another equation between E and N. In problem, suppose value of White's ratio is given. Value of White's ratio is given, E is given, and you have to find out porosity. Then you can use this relation, N equal to E upon 1 plus E. Sometimes it may be like that porosity is given and you have to find out White's ratio. You can use this relation, E equal to N divided by 1 minus N. Again, there is another relation between N and E, that is porosity and White's ratio. So I will simplify this relation. Now we know what is the porosity N. So N, it is nothing but E upon 1 plus E, and E means White's ratio, it is N upon 1 minus N. So here, instead of in this equation, consider this is equation 1, this is equation 2. Now I will put equation 2 in equation 1. Put equation 2 in equation 1. Okay. So N equal to, instead of E, I will write N divided by 1 minus N, N divided by 1 minus N. So this I have written instead of this E divided by 1 plus E. Okay. Now if I further simplify this, N equal to N divided by 1 minus N into 1 plus E. Here N will get cancelled. Okay, this N and this N will get cancelled, and finally what you will get, that is 1 minus N into 1 plus E equal to 1. Okay, 1 minus N into 1 plus E equal to 1. So this is again one relation you will get between N and E. This is the third relation. Okay, so here you can remember these three equations: N equal to E upon 1 plus E, E equal to N upon 1 minus N, and another relation is that 1 minus N into 1 plus E equal to 1. Okay, so this is the relation between White's ratio and porosity. So here this relation is shown here, N equal to E upon 1 plus E. Another relation is E equal to N divided by 1 minus N. Okay. Now next point we will study, that is degree of saturation. What is degree of saturation? So here see this point, degree of saturation. Notation is S. Sometimes we can write SR. Okay, or here S, it is written for SR, that is degree of saturation. So what is the degree of saturation? It is the ratio of volume of water to the volume of oils. Okay, volume of water to the volume of oils. So again we will go to this three-phase diagram. See what is the volume of water here. So this is the volume of water, PW. And volume of void means this is the volume of void, volume of water plus volume of air. So degree of saturation, it is nothing but volume of water divided by volume of void. Okay, Pw divided by Pv, that is degree of saturation. Now, when this degree of saturation is 0, SR equal to 0, ही व्हॅल्यू 0 कधी असेल? कधी असेल ही व्हॅल्यू 0? ज्या वेळेस Pw याची व्हॅल्यू काय असणार आहे? 0. Okay, Pw0 means what? Volume of water equal to 0. Means water is absent. Okay, water is not present here in volume of void. Water is absent. Means what? Only there are two phases. See in this diagram, only there is soil solid and volume of air. Here you are not observing water. In this diagram, you are not observing water. Okay, so here we can say that volume of water equal to 0. Okay, so when the volume of water equal to 0, the soil is in dry state. Okay, the soil is in dry state when volume of water equal to 0. And at that time, what is the degree of saturation here? So degree of saturation, it will be 0. SR equal to 0. So remember this, when degree of saturation is 0, when volume of water equal to 0, water is absent in that soil. So practically when it happens, actually in a soil there is some water always present. If we bring that soil in lab and if we keep that soil in oven for 24 hours in 100 degrees Celsius, then completely we can remove water from that soil and soil is completely dry. Now at that time we can say that the degree of saturation for that soil is 0. Okay, and the soil is in dry state. So this is degree of saturation. So there is a range of degree of saturation. It varies from 0 to 1. Or if we consider percentage, then degree of saturation varies from 0% to 100%. Okay. Now when this degree of saturation equal to 1, हे 1 कधी असेल? SR equal to VW upon VV. तर हा रेशो 1 कधी असेल? केव्हा 1 असणार आहे? ज्या वेळेस व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ void, this volume of void is equal to volume of water. Okay, so we can write then volume of water divided by volume of water, so it becomes equal to 1. SR equal to VW upon VW, that is equal to 1. So see this condition here, whatever be the volume of void, so this is the volume of void. Okay, this is the volume of soil solid, but here volume of void equal to volume of water. Okay, volume of void here equal to volume of water. Then we can say that the degree of saturation SR equal to 1. So SR equal to, we know, volume of water divided by volume of void, but here volume of water, volume of void equal to volume of water, and it is equal to 1. Okay, so for saturated soil, here we can say that the soil is saturated. ही सॉइल आता कशी आहे? तर सॅच्युरेटेड सॉइल आहे, कारण याच्यामध्ये एअर अब्सेंट आहे. ओनली टू phases are there, soil solid and water. So we can say that the soil is now saturated. So here this is explained here. The degree of saturation is expressed as a percentage. Maybe degree of saturation 10%, 20%, 40%, like that. Degree of saturation, it may be 0 also when the soil is completely dry, and degree of saturation is 100%. So it is equal to 0 when the soil is absolutely dry, and 100% when soil is fully saturated. Okay, sometimes we can express the degree of saturation like 0 to 1, means degree of saturation it is 0.4, 0.5, 0.65, 0.55. So if we multiply this 0.5 with 100, so it is 50%, or 0.55 with 100, it is 55%, like that. So this is the concept of degree of saturation. For any type of soil, this degree of saturation varies its range 0% to 100% or 0 to 1. Now next point we will study, that is percentage air voids. This is percentage air void. Notation is NA, percentage air voids. Notation काय आहे त्याला? NA. So what is NA, or percentage air voids? So it is the ratio of volume of air to the total volume. Okay, फक्त इथं एअरचं व्हॉल्यूम कन्सिडर केलेलं आहे. It is the volume of air to the total volume. So see this figure. So volume of air here, this is the volume of air, and this is the volume of void. Okay, तर व्हाईडच्या व्हॉल्यूम मध्ये एअरचं व्हॉल्यूम, सॉरी, टोटल व्हॉल्यूम मध्ये एअरचं व्हॉल्यूम किती आहे, दॅट इज पर्सेंटेज एअर व्हाईड. टोटल व्हॉल्यूम मध्ये म्हणजे ह्या टोटल व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ सॉइल मध्ये एअरचं व्हॉल्यूम किती आहे, दॅट इज पर्सेंटेज एअर व्हाईड. Notation is Na, volume of air divided by total volume. ओके, पर्सेंटेज एअर व्हाईड कधी जास्त असणार आहे, ज्यावेळेस त्या टोटल व्हॉल्यूम मध्ये एअरचं व्हॉल्यूम जर जास्त असेल तर पर्सेंटेज एअर व्हाईड हे जास्त असेल. ओके, आणि एअरचं व्हॉल्यूम हे टोटल व्हॉल्यूम मध्ये जर कमी असेल तर पर्सेंटेज एअर व्हाईड हे काय असणार आहे, कमी असणार आहे. And obviously we can express this in percentage air void, volume of air. So this is the volume of air divided by total volume. This is percentage air void. So it is expressed in percentage. Maybe percentage air void 10%, 20%, 30%, like that. म्हणजे टोटल व्हॉल्यूम मध्ये एअरचं व्हॉल्यूम 10% म्हणजे काय, तर 100% जर व्हॉल्यूम पकडलं तर त्याच्यात 10%, 100 पैकी 10 हे युनिट व्हॉल्यूम काय आहे, तर एअरचं आहे. 50% एअर व्हाईड म्हणजे काय, तर 50% एअर आहे, टोटल व्हॉल्यूमच्या 50% एअर आहे. दॅट इज पर्सेंटेज एअर व्हाईड, अँड वी कॅन एक्सप्रेस दिस ॲज अ percentage. Now next definition we will study about air content. So what is air content? It is nothing but the ratio of volume of air to the volume of void. Okay, volume of air to the volume of void, and it is denoted by AC. So again we will see this diagram. AC means air content, volume of air to the volume of void. PA divided by VP. तर इथं फक्त व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हाईडचा विचार केलेला आहे एअर कंटेंटमध्ये. त्या व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हाईड पैकी टोटल व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हाईडमध्ये एअरचं व्हॉल्यूम किती आहे, दॅट इज एअर कंटेंट. एअर कुठं असणार आहे तर व्हाईड्समध्ये. ओके, व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हाईडमध्येही एअर असणार आहे. तर ह्या टोटल व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हाईडमध्ये एअरचं व्हॉल्यूम किती, दॅट इज नथिंग बट एअर कंटेंट. It is volume of air divided by volume of void, and we can also this express in percentage. Air content may be 10%, 20%, like that. So it is expressed as a percentage. Both air content and percentage air voids are zero when the soil is saturated. ओके, ज्या वेळेस सॉइल सॅच्युरेटेड असेल, म्हणजे या टाईपची सॉइल असेल, तर इथं एअर आहे का. जर सॉइल सॅच्युरेटेड असेल या केसमध्ये, तर इथं एअर काय आहे, झिरो आहे. एअरचं व्हॉल्यूम झिरो आहे. त्यामुळे काय असणार आहे, पर्सेंट एअर व्हाईड PA. If it becomes zero, then percent air wide it is zero, and air content also zero, because volume of air is zero. So here these both quantities, percent air wide and air content, it will be zero for the saturated soil. In 100% saturated soil, only two phases are available, that is soil solid and water. Okay, so this is about the air content. Now there is relation between percentage air void and air content. So we know what is the percent air void, NA. So what is NA? It is nothing but volume of air to the total volume. This is percent air void, percentage air void, volume of air to the total volume. So we can write this as a volume of air divided by volume of void into volume of void. Sorry. Oh, volume of void divided by V. Okay. Now here, what is volume of air upon volume of void? That is N, or porosity. Sorry, volume of void upon total volume. It is nothing but the porosity. So in void solution porosity we have studied what is porosity. So instead of this volume of void upon total volume, we can write N, and volume of air upon volume of void, instead of this we can write AC, air content. So air content that we have studied, air content म्हणजे काय, तर व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ एअर अपॉन व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हाईड, आणि पोरॉसिटी म्हणजे काय, तर व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ व्हाईड डिवायडेड बाय टोटल व्हॉल्यूम. ओके, आणि पर्सेंटेज एअर व्हाईड म्हणजे काय, व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ एअर अपॉन टोटल व्हॉल्यूम. So there is one relation between percent air void, air content, and porosity. So Na equal to AC, that is air content, into N. N means here porosity. Na, this is percent air voids, AC air content, and N, it is nothing but porosity. Okay, so this is the relation between percent air wide, air content and porosity. Sometimes you have to derive this relation, or you have to find out what is the correct relationship between air content, percent air wide and porosity. So from basic definition we can find out this relation. Now this remaining part, after that we will start with different types of densities. Okay, so maybe we will study this in next lecture, how to find out water content, what are the different types of densities. We know what is meant by density. So we have learned density means total mass upon total volume. That is the bulk density. There is also another type of density, that is dry density. It is nothing but mass of dry soil upon total volume. So all these parts we will study in next lecture.